Bitcoin has touched an all-time high and crossed the $81,000 mark, resulting in a market cap of a whopping $1.6 trillion and more. This could be at the back of US electing the pro-Bitcoin president-elect Donald Trump, where he promised to make America the Bitcoin capital of the planet. But Bitcoin in India is unregulated and does not fall under the supervision of any government body. So what does this mean for the future of cryptocurrency, especially in India? Let's now go across to Ashish Singhal, co-founder of CoinSwitch, who's joining us to talk about this. Ashish, my first question to you is that do you think India, being the 5th largest economy in the world, can ignore the growing interest in crypto for a long time?
Thanks, Pallavi, for inviting me. Definitely not, right? And we have seen crypto evolve over the years, creating as an alternate of currency, and now actually creating a technology which can fuel a lot of innovation in the ecosystem, right? And that is why election of Donald Trump was very important for the industry in general, because he plans to make crypto and Web3 be the center of innovation, and US obviously at the center of it, right? So other countries will now take lead and create those positive regulation to make sure that these innovations are not left for just US alone, and India should definitely participate and create a positive ecosystem for crypto and Web3 in India as well.
Right, Ashish. Now, speaking of innovation, but before that, my name is Malika and not Pallavi.
Sorry.
No, that's completely okay. You spoke of innovation, and the US came up with crypto ETFs that paved the way for many investors to invest in this digital currency without directly purchasing crypto. Now, do you reckon if India will follow suit in the future, if not immediately?
Definitely. So this is an asset class which can't be ignored for long, right? When it started, it was a retail phenomena. A lot of retail investors got into investing into these cryptocurrencies, and over time, ETFs helped make it much easier for HNIs, for funds, for corporates to get into this ecosystem. And the wave or the kind of increase in value that we are seeing today is not just is driven by retail. Obviously, Donald Trump election and Fed cut are the main reasons for the price increase, but it's also the kind of adoption that we are seeing, not just from retail, but HNIs and funds this time. So a lot of inflows of money is happening into the ETFs, which makes it much simpler for companies and investors to hold and get value out of Bitcoin. I think something similar would happen in India as well, because exposure of HNIs in India is still very limited. It is still a largely retail phenomena in India. And we believe that over time, with right regulations, even HNI would feel comfortable, even corporates would feel comfortable investing into cryptocurrencies.
Right, Ashish. Now, a note by Bernstein says, and I read this note this morning, that the India crypto narrative has been caught in the false premise of central bank digital currencies and what the government calls private crypto. The note calls this framing our own pitfall. Now, as it undermines the proposition of Bitcoin as a store of value asset in a world that's so volatile, do you agree with the narrative that the way we are handling crypto right now and our narrative and sentiment about it is going to lead to a path where we create our own pitfall, especially with regards to this digital asset?
So I slightly disagree and agree at the same point. So let me just clarify the point, right? So crypto was created as an alternate to currency itself. We've seen that what has happened in 2008 with the greed of bankers, the entire economy tanked, and a lot we went through a lot of loss for a lot of retail as well as corporates, right? And that's why crypto was created, which could be decentralized, which can't be controlled by a single entity, and could help hedge against such incidents, right? But over time, it has evolved to become, a stored value. So instead of using as a currency, now crypto is used for a lot of innovations, decentralizing technology itself, decentralizing decision making itself, right? So for some countries, it may still make sense to have Bitcoin as a currency, which say Ecuador has done. But for a country like India, which is quite stable in its currency, crypto may not pave a path for payment system. CBDC, UPI, other innovations are already there, which could do a much better job into catering to the payment side of the ecosystem. but crypto and Bitcoin could still play a large part into a reserve currency, into a store of value, and a lot of innovations that are fueling through these crypto, right? So while that is right, that India has preferred private blockchain over public, but India also has to recognize that private blockchain has its own place, and public blockchain has its own place, right? A lot of innovation would keep on happening on public blockchains. So both ecosystems need to go hand in hand. It can't be one versus the other. A private ecosystem serves, a private use case like a CBDT, like a e-rupee use case very, very well, where public blockchain may not be correct, but public blockchains have their own use cases, which still needs to be adopted, promoted, and innovated upon. So India cannot miss out on both of these infrastructures.
Well, very well noted, Ashish. Thank you for joining us with that conversation. It was quite insightful. Thank you.
Thanks, Palika. Thank you.